welcome back to another week and episode of Teeya Tuesdays. I hope you missed me. I've missed you. Loving Me. Oh, that song is just so precious to me. My fiance is amazing. Of course, like sometimes I come up with songs and I just had the words to it. And when I was singing it, all I had was drums, well, lap drums, as you can hear. And he just started hearing all this stuff and he made the track to it. So I want to say that because I know I don't say it as much, that all of my music is produced by my fiance, Remy Williams. The backgrounds that you hear on a lot of my songs, it's him. The last song you just heard, Work Out, that background, that's him, blazing. So shout out to the hubby, or future hubby. But yeah, so back to the song for this week. I hope you loved it, hope you liked it, which is our topic for this week. It's really just about, you guys, if you can't find someone to love you, if you're not at the place where what you want is there yet, like, then give it to yourself, you know what I mean? And in the song it talks about how love is not a demand, it's a choice. And I think sometimes when we want something so bad, we put a demand on it, and it's like, okay, we put the pressure on people, and people don't like to feel pressure. It makes them run more than it makes them reciprocate, you feel me? So it's kind of like you have to give people a choice. Allow them to love you. Allow them to be loyal. At the same time, allow them to walk away and allow them to not want this. You know what I mean? We will a lot of times we'll cancel out the option that it may not happen. So we line everything up just to be exactly what we want it to be, but it can't be like that. And an example is, I've heard people say, you know, I've done this for this person and I've done this, and you know, I would never treat anybody like that. And I've said that before too. And I was corrected, because a lot of times we say things in a way to make ourselves seem better than people, or to be more justified, or to have people on our side. But truth be told, I'm no better than anyone. Even if I was the victim in that situation, I've hurt someone too. So that doesn't make me better than them. But in terms of saying that, like, you know, I treat this person like this and they don't treat me like this and they don't do this for me, it's kind of like, well, you're kind of setting a demand. People don't treat you directly how you treat them. And if you're only treating people well so that they'll treat you right, then you're getting what you deserve. You can't just do just because. It's like, to me, that's just not genuine. Like, well, I'm gonna be nice to you because I want you to be nice to me. I get it, but at the same time, you should be nice because that's your nature. You shouldn't be nice because you're trying to get something. You get what I'm saying? So don't misunderstand me. I'm not discounting being a nice person, not at all. But make sure your motives are clear. And if your motives are clear, if you're saying, you know, I wasn't doing it for anything in return, I was doing it because that's me, then your feelings shouldn't be so hurt at the end when people walk away or show you who they are. And you shouldn't feel like you lost anything, because this is your nature anyway. You were going to give it away anyway, right? Right. So I just want to touch on those things and some things that I've learned. And I've learned that it does not work when you force relationships, whether they be intimate or friendships. It just never works. Of course not intimate, but also just as much, friendships don't work when you force them either. And you may not see it right away, but you'll see it down the line. And I know what it's like to want to share your life and to share your time with people. You know, you want to enjoy life with people. You want to have someone to tell your stories to, and, you know, just talk about life with. So a lot of times we get anxious to have friends and to have people to share those moments with, but you have to ask yourself, at what expense? What do you really want? Do you just want people to talk to, or do you want genuine people there in your life? And I've been there where I was so anxious to have friends that when they told me they wanted to be my friend too, I was like, cool. So I was on it. I'm like, okay, let me see what they do. Let me invite them here. And, you know, I was keeping my word, because I did want us to be friends. But on the opposite end, they weren't. You know, when I looked at my call log, it was more calls to than from. And texts. You know how you look at your texts and you got all these paragraphs sent to somebody, but all their responses to you are like sentences or words. Come on. Don't force it. And the thing that helps me not force it is, I think about those people who were in my life and I didn't try to force it. And these people are crucial people in my life. Like, I love them. I don't question whether they love me or not. I'm not confused about their loyalty to me. I'm not worried about them dogging me behind my back. Like, I know they're in my corner, hands down. And I don't even talk to them every day. It's some people, and I'm going to say y'all. It's some people, I'll say we. It's some people we talk to every day, and you still not sure if they're your friend. No, I can't say we, because I don't do that. Well, okay, for all inclusive reasons, I say we. But you don't know if they're your friend. You don't know what day it is for them. You don't know if y'all cool today. You don't know if they're jealous of you. You don't know. You're just unsure of a lot. And you talk to these people or quote unquote socialize with them every day. I've got people in my life where I haven't talked to them in a while, but I definitely know if I were to call, we could pick up where we left off, and it would be no problems, you know. So when I think about those relationships, how I didn't have to do anything to make them, and yet they're so permanent, I think about my current situation. And though, yes, I do get anxious to have friends, I don't want to live a life and be rich and have events and travel the world and not have anybody to share that with. Thank God I got Remy, but he can't be my all. You know, I need girlfriends. And you want people to share that with, you know. So sometimes you do get anxious because you want to live life and share that with others. And that's how we're made. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have to make sure that we're stepping in the right time frame for that, because you'll get your feelings hurt. Same thing with relationships. If it's clear to you that you're giving more than this person is, don't cop out by saying, well, that's just me, I just love hard. That's fine. But it's very possible to find someone who loves like you love. It's very possible to find someone who loves just as hard as you do. So don't try to excuse the fact that you guys are unequal because you think, oh no, it's just me. I'm just, you know, I know I can love really hard. No, like if it's not working out, then that's not what you want. You know what you want in your heart. God knows what you want. You want someone who will love you, who will love you back, who will love you just as much. So why would you settle for someone who can't or won't do that? No excuse will make that okay. So, and the same things for friendships. Like, you should want people who will be loyal. You should want people who you know will have your back, who you can trust in a room full of your enemies. You know, you shouldn't have to wonder. And I hate that that's becoming rare, but I know that there's still people out there who have a code of ethics, who don't throw their friends under the bus, who won't let you say whatever they want to say, or, you know, around them. They truly are loyal, and that's the people that you want, because sometimes life gets hard, and there are some things that you're going to need to talk about. Yeah, we say all the time, some stuff you gotta take to the grave. Yes, I agree, but there are some things you need to get off your chest, and you can't fear telling them more than the thing you want to tell. You're more afraid that you could be more afraid that they'll tell somebody else than you are of the information you're sharing. And what kind of life is that, where you gotta watch your back and it's just too much? Like, you should be doing that with enemies, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be doing that in-house. You just really shouldn't. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I just don't think that you should. And if two people say that they want something, two people should act like they want it. It's too often I see statuses talking about how niggas ain't nothing, females are thoughts, and ain't nobody loyal. So if everybody feels like this, and everybody swears that they're good people, and everyone swears that they're keeping their word, and everyone swears that they're not lying, everyone swears that they're a good person, then why are people getting hurt? Because people are saying that they want something, but their work ethic does not prove that. And I hate that what ends up happening sometimes is that two people say that they want the same thing. One person ends up showing it. That's not cool. But what's funny though, and I know y'all know this to be true, what's so funny is you could be the one going hard in this relationship, friendship or intimate. You could be going hard. I mean, you calling them every day, you texting them, see how they doing, anything they need, you'll be there. And they don't, you know what I'm saying, they call you whenever, you're not a priority. But the moment they do not become a priority to you, the moment you stop calling, the moment you pick up something else to do, it's almost like they sense it. And now they're in your shoes. Now they calling you. Now they texting you trying to see what you're doing. That's hilarious to me. We're not going to play cat and mouse. I'm not a cat nor a mouse. I am a human being. We're not going to do this. We are not going to do this. And if you got to force yourself to be in my life, if you got to force yourself to support me, if you got to force yourself to do things that are characteristics of love, then it ain't love. Then it's not real. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, don't force people to be in your space. Don't force people to be what you need them to be. Because at the end of the day, God has given us all that we need. His word says that He's placed eternity on the inside of us, meaning that we're lacking nothing. So if you cannot find it on the outside, if there's nowhere around where you can find love, companionship, loyalty, then you've got to trust yourself and your spirit. You got to say that at this moment, I may not have what I need, but I am enough. And I know that may sound like, that sounds easy, but no. Once you believe that, it is easy. And I guarantee you it's gotten me through many days. It's allowed me to close doors. And when you close those doors, man, those expectations that you have of people, they just fall away and you feel lighter, because we expect so much from people. We expect people to sometimes we expect things from them that's not even fair. But of the things that we do expect, when you close that door and just say, you know what, God, I am allowing, and what comes naturally into my life, I receive it. You know what I mean? And it's mine, but I will not create something synthetically. And I guess we're so used to being creators, you know what I mean? We're so used to being man and making man-made things we try to use that same thing when it comes to people, but it don't work like that with people. It works like that with materials. It works like that with objects, but it does not work like that with people. We can't manipulate people to be what we want them to be. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. And you've got to get to a point where you choose yourself. You've got to say, I'd rather be alone than to waste my loyalty. I'd rather take myself out than to be out with someone who I know is thinking about somebody else. Where does the standard come in place, you all? And when you allow, I mean, I've met some amazing people in Atlanta that I didn't even know I was going to meet. I mean, I didn't set it up. I wasn't seeking out people. I wasn't on Instagram trying to find out who in Atlanta, who in this new spot. I ain't do none of that. But I still met some amazing people. A church home, wasn't looking for that. Amazing church home. So if you can look in your life and see the things that you didn't even put together, you had no idea what's going to happen. You have to connect that same understanding and foresight to the things that you want relationship-wise and love-wise. Know that they will happen. And you gotta be humble in this position, because this is something that you can't make. This is something you cannot create. And you can, but it won't be real. It won't be what you want it to be. So when you all listen to this song, it should be encouraging, it should be uplifting, it should be your jam. Like, it's my jam. That's my new word. It's my jam. Like, it's my hood rap. But it should be a jam. Like, if no one loves me tonight, if I'm no one's Mrs. or Mr. Right, if there's not a friend in sight, come on somebody, I'll be just fine. Because I love me. And that's not a lonely statement. That's not a pathetic statement. That's the truest thing that you could say out loud. That's the truest thing that you could live by. If I don't have anything else, I'm enough. That's really all the song is saying, that I am enough. And when you have that settled in, it releases all of that anxiety off you to force things, and things start to naturally just gravitate towards you. I don't know, but it's like for some reason, you're always more attractive to people when you don't want them. You ever notice that? You're always the thing to have when you can't be had. And that's what knowing that you're enough does. It doesn't make you anxious for anything. And when you're not anxious for things, you'll make sound decisions. You won't sell your soul. You won't betray your standards. You won't give all of who you are with nothing and have nothing left. You'll make a sound decision. You know what I mean? So, you guys, I'm sorry, this clip is really working my nerves. I'm glad that you all tuned. Ooh, sorry, y'all. That's my email. I'm glad that you all tuned in. And I really hope that you apply this. I've applied it. It's helped me immensely. And I've really let some things go in terms of relationship. And I've said, you know what? If it's meant to be and it's meant to happen, it'll happen. It'll happen in this time. And if it doesn't, then I'll be fine with that too. I'll definitely be fine with that too. Thank you all for watching, for sharing. Thank you for to the boutique So Boutique. I hope I'm saying that right. So Boutique, for this beautiful silver bone necklace that they gave me. It is so beautiful. I will post a link down below, you guys. If you like, you know, classic, vintage / edgy jewelry, go check them out, you all. Prices are dirt cheap, so it's nothing. If you like costume jewelry, go check them out. But yeah, what else am I missing? Shout out to my fiance again for producing my songs. This song will be on SoundCloud, you all, very shortly. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. If you like this show, if you like this community, invite people in, you guys. Invite them to come and watch. If you would like to be a writer on my show, I have some writing coming up, which means that I have writers who have decided to share their stories, and I will be sharing them with you, which is so exciting. So if you feel like you want to share your story, you can remain anonymous as well. But if you feel like you want to share your story for one of my episodes, please email me at teeyaskipper@gmail.com. I love you guys. I gotta get this hair together. But I love you guys. And don't forget, my GTJD videos will be coming soon. Which is Get Ready With Me videos, but it's called Get the Job Done. Because I'm nobody's MUA. But you get to see me get ready for Teeya Tuesday. It's just so fun. Alright, so I'll talk to you now, you guys. I love you, I love you, I love you. Listen to the song. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. If I'm no one's missing, just fine. Love me.